Hello, dear hi-fi enthusiasts. A warm welcome from us here from Gauder Akustik. We are here in our listening room in our factory in Renningen in Germany. And today we want to tell you something about our bass extension system, which is incorporated in all our loudspeakers. So now we have changed places because it's up to you to show how we do it and what's all about these jumpers here on the foot of our darks.
Yeah, thank you, Roland. So first of all, we have two different, well, I will call it systems to adjust the bass according to the room. The first one is, you see, I have plugged out this, wow.
It's a jumper,
it's a
gold-plated jumper.
Yeah.
And if you take it out, you have the first setup. It's called minus 1.5 dB. So you have less bass than usual. If you plug it into the first two sockets, then you have 0 dB. That means linear bass. And if you plug it into the sockets here,
this way,
then you have plus 1.5 dB.
So you can adjust the complete range of the bass driver by its volume.
Yes, the complete frequency response of our woofers can be adjusted with this jumper here.
And in dark series, you have it also in the high
section.
In the high section, the same way, of course, plus 1.5 dB, minus 1.5 dB, and 0.
Yes.
So this is the first adjustment, and of course you can do it in the right speaker in another way than in the left speaker, because sometimes the situation in the listening room is completely different on the right.
Yes, of course.
And on
Sometimes
the left
you have a wall on the right, and on the left you have nothing.
Yeah.
And so you can adjust each speaker separately to the special placement in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in addition to this volume setting of the woofers and the bass response, we can do another very tricky thing, which we call bass extension.
Therefore, I turned around this foot from a Dark 100 speaker, and on the downside you see a third bridge where you can adjust, as Roland said, the bass extension. So bass extension in and bass extension out.
Yes.
What means this?
What does this mean?
I think we must switch now.
Yeah, we must switch now to the Berliner RC3, where we can show it very easily, because Dark 100 we have two woofers and the bass reflex vent, and so all these things summed up in the right phase. That's not so easy to show, but Berliner RC3 we have one woofer, so we have one source, and then we can show how the bass extension system really works, and that's why we have the RC3 here. You know, the Berliner RC3 is a small or medium-sized bookshelf speaker with a 7-inch woofer and regular tweeter, 1-inch tweeter. So like many other speakers in the world.
It's a closed system.
It's a closed box system, yes.
Yeah.
And closed box systems are very seldom okay, and most of the systems are bass reflex.
Sure.
But I don't want to have a bass reflex system in a two-way system, because you couple out all the internal resonances, and that's why we avoid this. But of course, a closed box system is a system of second order, which means the efficiency is low.
Yeah.
And bass reflex is a system of fourth order, which means efficiency is 3 dBs higher. And we don't want to lose this big efficiency, so we have another trick. And that's what we will tell you next.
So first of all, we want to show you frequency responses of a RC3 with bass extension. When you put this jumper in, you have a certain response, which Roland shows you.
You can see the black curve here. That means that's just without bass extension. That's a regular bookshelf speaker.
Yeah, yeah. And when you put in this jumper,
yes,
like this, you have another.
You activate the low-pass filtering system of the speaker, and you get the red frequency response. here.
Roland,
Yeah.
this is a big difference between those two lines.
Yeah.
So with bass extension and without bass extension, what is what can you tell us about this? Perhaps what is with the room in between?
Yeah, of course. We tried this system over many years, and we found out that in some places, without bass extension, you have not enough bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big lag. And if you put in the jumper, then you get the red response curve, and that's too much.
Sometimes it's a little bit
Sometimes
too much. Huh?
it's too much. And so we thought there must be a way to change the system and to make some medium values between those extremes.
Then we invented the box of Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora's box, yes.
Okay, here we go.
That's Pandora's box.
So we have this box with 8 modules inside, I will call them.
Yeah, that's
And you see there is a high-class jumper, I will call it.
of course.
You can put out this, so the normal jumper, and on its place you can put in one of these modules. And you see there are 8 of them, so it's 4 different, how do we call it?
Yeah, adjustments.
Adjustments.
Yeah,
Thank
base
you.
adjustments.
4 different adjustments for each speaker. So there are 8 in this
Yeah.
in this kit.
And,
Please tell us what they are doing.
And please take a look now here at these curves. You see the red curve here. We have much more bass than without, but it's still hanging. The blue curve has 1 dB more, and it's almost flat. And the green curve, it's really flat. And if you see flat means correlating to the mid-range, we go down to 50 hertz linear. And that's amazing for such
For
a
a small speaker.
Yes. And the next curve is the black curve, which means it's the white module.
This one?
And we have a little bit of a peak here, but we have a very, very flat response down. And so we can make some medium values between these two extremes. And there is another advantage, Volker. If we make a high-pass filtering, then we can cut off all the low frequencies. And then please take a look here. We have a very, very steep curve here, and the regular curve is like this. And so you see the regular speaker is reproducing much lower bass than our filtered system, and that's what we want, because it's not my intention to bring all these low frequencies in a high power to our 7-inch woofer, because then the 7-inch woofer makes big excursions, and we have a lot of intermodulation distortion in the mid-range.
Because he's not able to reproduce them.
Yes, absolutely, and it's not doesn't make sense to put a lot of power.
So you cut them out.
Yes, like a subsonic filter.
Like a subsonic filter.
I cut off all the low frequencies which will damage the speaker or which will cause a lot of distortion in the mid-range. And so we have 2 advantages. We have a linear frequency response down to 50 hertz and a subsonic filter for the damaging frequencies with high power. So that's 2 advantages with one system.
So Roland, please tell us, where is the benefit for the customer or for the dealer?
Yeah.
What can he do?
First, you must put the speaker in the right place. And that's according to the algorithm we describe in our video and in our system with the CD, our Gauder Akustik CD. And if the speaker is in the right place, then you can listen to music, and then you can just try out the different modules.
Yeah, you can adjust the way the woofer is working
Yes.
in the lowest frequencies in 6 positions.
Yes.
Like you see here. And you can do it on the right speaker in a different way than on the left speaker.
Yes, because sometimes there is a situation in
Yeah.
your home that you have a wall on the left but no
Yeah.
wall on the right. And
Yeah.
so you have a different acoustical environment. And this is just very crucial for the sound. And that's why we give you the possibility to adjust the speaker left and speaker right in a different way.
Perfect.
Also, it's a matter of taste, I think, Volker. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Yeah,
It's a matter
maybe
of taste, or-
maybe my taste is something different,
Yes.
like from somebody else.
Yes, maybe you want a big
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah, and I can adjust it, huh?
And you can adjust it, yes. And
Perfect.
the trick really is you can adjust it for all our speakers, not only
Yeah.
for the Berliner AC3,
For the whole range.
for the whole range. All the Arconas, all Capellos, Berliners, Darks, you can adjust each of our speaker according to your room and according to your matter of taste.
Perfect.
So with this whole bass extension system, we give you a lot of benefits, as you see. And especially here in Renningen, we don't know what's your situation, for example, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam,
Yeah.
USA. We don't know the living situation, and it's not possible for us to adjust the speaker in a correct way for each room. That's impossible. And that's why we did a lot of work and a lot of engineering and science about creating such a system which gives you a lot of benefits and a lot of adjustment possibilities to adjust the speaker to your room and not the room to your speaker.
Always the perfect tool from us.
Yes. So you get a lot of things here from Gauder Acoustic speakers, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.